name is Birun Jennifer from Glory to Glory Education Center. Thank you.
My name is Nayera Nolan. I am a child of 8 years old. I am a student of Mary Teresa's Golden Jubilee Memorial Primary School. Thank you.
So today our topic is about children's rights. So let me start asking questions. Our co-host of today, what are children's rights?
Children's rights are needs that children must have in order to live a better life. For example, like a right to have parental love. If a child does not have love, he or she will think that she does not have parents, and that may lead to committing suicide.
How about you, Ms. Aheres?
Children's rights are things which children need in order to live a better life. For example, you need to encourage a child to go to school. You have to give a child food. That's like a right to eat. When you deny a child the right to eat, that child may think like you don't love her, like she's just all alone. She might die or she might commit suicide. Thank you.
How about you, Jennifer? May you please give the definition of children's rights and may you please explain it?
Children's rights are things that a child must do and enjoy. For example, if you deny a child to go to school when you have, even if she's not your biological child, you must take her to school. If you don't take her to school, she may think that you don't love her and she doesn't have anyone, and she may go away from the home and she commits suicide.
How about you, Nolan?
So, for children's rights are things a child must enjoy. For example, a child can go to another person's home asking if she could stay there because the parents have both been taken somewhere or they have been killed. So you think that you get the effort to start mistreating this child. You say that you can get a child, force him to go to the watering hole, force that person to go everywhere, and he makes you eat in very late times. And you feel like you're very annoyed, like you want to leave the home, go on the streets. That's what I have. That's what they want to know from us.
Okay, how about you, Ms. Athura? How can we promote children's rights?
We can promote children's rights through awareness campaigns, stronger legal and government protections. Like for example, people in the village should know that children's rights must be promoted so children can live a better life.
How do awareness campaigns help children?
Awareness campaigns help children to get their rightful rights. Like for example, like if they are leaders in a village, they can decide to what to do. Like for example, plant some crops and harvest them, then they supply food to those who do not eat.
Okay, how about you, Ms. Ahiheza? How can we promote children's rights?
Children's rights can be promoted through ensuring access to education and health care, empowering children through their participation in decisions, educating communities about children's rights and protection. For example, you should encourage a child to continue going to school in order to become an important person in future. And also, you should treat that child when he or she is sick to prevent the death of that child, or maybe sickness which may lead to the death of everyone, because some diseases can spread easily like cholera. So when you don't treat that child might die, and also you may die because it would have already spread to you. Thank you.
How about you, Jennifer? How can we promote children's rights, and please explain?
You can promote children's rights by allowing your child to go to school by allowing your child to eat, don't force her to do something which she can't manage, and taking her to school even if she's not your biological child.
May you please explain how it can help the child?
If you take a child to school, she may be an important person in future and she may help other people.
How about you, Nolan?
So I'm also going on Truna's point. Like, you can go into the village and you can see that a lot of people are being mistreated. Like, for example, not giving them food. You can report, even if you have a parent who cares for you very well, you can also decide that why don't we help the people who are there outside by giving some of our food which we do not even use to the LLC1 or the local council, so that they can give it to the so that they can after prepare it for the children who are being mistreated, and they can also handle those parents who are mistreating the children.
Okay. Miss Satura, how is children's rights important?
Children's rights help to promote love for the next generation. For example, like leaders responsible for children's rights in a village, they help the country to become democratic. What I mean by democratic is like the will of people to vote, as the people are more than those who do not want.
How about you, Ms. Ahir?
Children's rights build a foundation for a better society. How it can be built? By ensuring children are healthy, educated, and protected. Protects them from violence such as child labor or being recruited as soldiers. What I mean by my first point, you should go to the doctors for checkups to know whether your child is sick or not. So that when you know that your child is sick, you can be able to take that child to the doctor and can be treated. You should also encourage.
Not all parents might take their children to the hospital, because some might live in villages and it might be a long distance to go to the hospital from the village. So they can use their local herbs, and their local herbs can heal more than going to the hospital. Because if you go to the hospital, they might tell you a medicine that costs expensive money and you don't have that money. So it's better if you use local herbs. Thank you.
I agree with her, because local herbs are better than those medicine they make from the laboratories, because some may be harmful to the children and may cause some stomach pain, and they might get even worse and they might even die.
First, excuse me, Raina, I am also with that question. As you're also giving your child herbs which are just made from plants, but you should also make sure that they are also kept well, because you might find that you keep them somewhere in the saucepan which is not covered well. Mosquitoes, they come and put germs. You
can wash them, keep them in a clean container. Maybe you first wash the saucepan where you can keep them, and you make sure that you cover them. And you can't tell me that a mosquito can come from can contaminate
the mosquito is not the one that contaminates the herbs. It's the housefly, because it's the one that has a hairy body and carries germs to things that it
Excuse me, a mosquito can spread diseases to you, not the food.
I know, but
it's a female Anopheles mosquito that spreads malaria, and the male one only spreads malaria. It feeds on fruit juice.
So if you get them, you can first wash them. You make like the herb from it, then you give to the child. Then let in the
Or
evening you
can
make
keep-
another
or you
one.
can keep it in the jerrycan, cover it well with the cover, and you can keep it in the
Excuse me,
evening
how
and
can
give
you
it to
put
the
it in
child.
the jerry can? Because the hole of the jerry can is too small. Now how can you put the? You might find
It may go bad because it will be kept for a long time, and you know that jerry cans carry a lot. So for you, when I put there a lot, it will be kept safe, and every time when my child gets sick, I will give it to the child. So it might get contaminated, or it goes bad.
By being there too much.
Excuse me. Even though you put the herbs in the jerry can and you close the jerry can has a lot of vapor, so you can find the herbs sweating, and then when you remove, you just give it to your child, and your child gets stomach
Excuse
pain.
me, Miss Atura. How can they start sweating?
Because in the there are some jerry cans which are dirty inside, so when you put it there and you close, it gets water vapored.
Okay. Does anyone have an objection? Okay, let us move to our next speaker, Miss Ahereza. Also, let me ask you the same question. How is children's rights important?
It builds a foundation for a better society. As I was saying, you can take your child to the hospital for checkups. You can take the child to the dentist for the teeth checkups. Maybe you can find a hole in your child's tooth. It may lead to constant pain, which will make the child uncomfortable.
Excuse me. What do you think that may have caused the hole in the child's tooth?
The child might have eaten food and did not brush, and then the bacteria might come, and then it creates a hole.
It's not only food that destroys the teeth. They are commonly sweets, because some children like taking sweets more than food.
Yes, even food can attract the bacteria, because the bacteria likes eating so much. It will come also create a hole.
Excuse me. You say that the parent can take the child to a dentist.
Yes.
But it's not such common in villages. You can get for your child, you go in the forest, you get some fruits, and then you give them to your child. You keep giving fruits to your child, and that child might improve on the teeth.
But how can the fruits help the teeth?
Yes, explain. How can the fruits help in the teeth?
Can't you see that if you're taking fruits, you get the food value that is called roughage. So you keep giving your child milk and fruit.
But the roughage only helps in preventing constipation, and also it can help in improving on the pain in the bumps, because the constipation leads to the pain.
Let me tell you, even roughage and milk, if you take them, you can be feeding on a balanced diet that can help your teeth improve on the pain. It's not only that roughage helps to prevent constipation. It also helps. It also shows that you're feeding on a balanced diet. Thank you.
Okay, I was still explaining. It protects them from violence such as child labor. Maybe when your mother died, and now your father brings someone else, a stepmother in your house. The stepmother may keep on mistreating you, like forcing you to go and carry heavy jerry cans of water, like 2 of them. You carry one on the head, one in the hands, which may lead to constant headache, and it may lead to the sickness. And some parents, for them, they don't care about their child's health. They see them like they are sick, they have a heavy headache, but for them they say, you go and fetch for me water, even I don't have time for you. It may lead to the suffering of the child, which may lead her to feel like she's not feeling.
Excuse me. You're saying that when the biological mother dies, and then they bring a stepmother, and then that stepmother starts giving harsh punishments to the child.
Yes.
So that when that child is on his or her way, she can meet the chairperson or the
Excuse me. Sometimes that child might be very far from the chairperson or
But excuse me,
LCM.
but
Still, the child can go there.
yes, the
It might be a very long distance. It may lead to the kidnapping of that child because there are commonly kidnappers in the village.
Kidnap a child when it's still daytime.
You don't like
excuse me.
At if like the parent doesn't allow you to go to them.
when you're
fetching water.
going to fetch the water,
And
you
you
can
see that it's a long distance. You
So
can
even
take-
there
you
are
can
some
take it
neighbors
from
who know their chairperson. So you can tell that neighbor friend to escort you. It's not that if it's a long distance you can stay there, they mistreat you. You stay there, everything you do what you want. The stepmother tells you go and cook food. You cook also. You can't report.
Let us give a chance to Mr. Nolan also to explain.
I'm also with that answer, Shuna. So you can ask your nearby neighbors to take you there. Not only being there to be mistreated all the time, mistreatment, and that may also lead to heavy sickness.
Excuse me. What if the neighbors who have been there have gone like to another country, maybe to another place, and and then after other people come to occupy that place and they don't know where the chairperson is.
Excuse me, there are neighbors next to those neighbors who went to another country. You can't tell me that all neighbors have went to another country.
Now you see, what if like for you are staying here and the neighbors for them they are near you there, and the other neighbors are somehow far. So for you tell me that you will walk to the neighbors, again you ask them, again you walk to the chairperson. It will be tiresome the child, which may lead to the back pain, and you know that back pain is commonly in the adults. So when it is to the children, it will make them suffer for a long time, and it may lead to the death.
Let me tell you, if like you see that they are the new neighbors, and they're like, for example, they're the old neighbors that were there. So you can't tell me that God did not give you legs to walk from there to there just because they're mistreating you and the neighbors are far. You start doing those harsh punishments.
Excuse me.
If it was me, I could walk from here to there, and I go and tell those neighbors to help me look for the chairperson and explain my problems
Excuse me.
to the chairperson.
Excuse me. Now, for example, before you decide to go and report to the chairperson, like they've been giving you corporal punishments, like they give you on the legs, now the legs become weak. Now when you walk for a long distance, you might end up like falling down and you might not walk. And that means that person who is with you will have to take that child to the doctor, or maybe give that give that child herbal medicine. So it will lead to a lot of time that even when that child comes back home, they will again give her and she might die.
Excuse me.
May you first keep quiet for a
Excuse
while. Let us give our
Let me
other
also
speakers a chance. Because for you have been talking too much, let us also give Nolan or
So
Jennifer.
I'm also with you. I'm also with you. We can see that our neighbors are too far, and some must have gone to another country. So we can just go to the nearby neighbors, or they have gave you corporal punishment.
But how?
Excuse me.
What if also the neighbors, they have children and they are mistreating them?
Excuse me.
What if they also what if the person that's mistreating you and the other person that's mistreating other children, they team up?
Excuse me.
And then they also go to the person who has been mistreating, and the person who has gone to ask for help. They team up. They go to the chairperson. They finish
Excuse
up
me.
with him.
You're going with Ahereza's Martha's point. So she said that when the biological mother dies, the father remains there, and then the father brings the stepmother.
Yes.
So you can try to convince your father
When
that
he comes back.
All the
How comes they?
Excuse me.
What if the stepmother says that if you dare tell your father that I've been mistreating you, I will kill you?
Excuse me.
I would have confidence
You can
and
tell
tell
your
my father.
and your father takes you somewhere else.
Now what if
And
they
Excuse me.
They
Excuse
can
me.
take you to your auntie.
the father has put the father knows that the stepmother is mistreating you. The father sends the stepmother to jail, but the stepmother cannot stay in jail for so long. Maybe one of her relatives can come and bail her out, and then she can find you and kill you.
Excuse me, even if still when a relative, excuse me, I'm still talking. Even if a relative comes and bails that stepmother, still you and your father and other relatives in your family, you can move out like to another village or town. You can do migration.
Excuse me.
They can still
Excuse
find
me.
you.
But how
Excuse me.
can they find you when they don't know?
They can send. Okay.